Welcome to Jokerz Wild Comedy Series. I'll be your host, Kenny Williams, and I'm sitting here with my New York homie, Rashad Bashir.
Yeah.
I said it right, Bashir.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
There you go.
People
that's
call
how you
me-
know I've been around. I'm a true New Yorker.
Yeah.
What that boy? Bush? What?
Bush. I've been called Bobby Boucher, Rashid Bashir, Tyrone by the police. I've been called everything.
So is with the name, and I gotta, is it Islamic? Is that background?
Yes. My full name is Rashad El Hadi Bashir. In Arabic, that translates to Uber. So, yo, I always get a Muslim driver, and he want to ask me a whole bunch of questions. Like, I had one dude try to convert me to Islam in the car. I was like, Muhammad, I ain't got time for this. I got a show. Like, he's like, but it's Rashad Bashir. That's a good, strong Muslim name. I was like, that's a problem in this country. I don't know how long you've been here. I don't know where you've been at selling pizzas or something. Like, you, that's not good. I'm a TSA issue. Like, I don't.
Is both your parents Islamic, or is it
my birth father, he practices Islam. My father is my stepfather is Israelite, and my mom is just crazy as hell. I'm like, how did you come across this combination? Like, it's weird because, you know, I don't like claim either, but you know, their diets I take in. Like, I try to stay away from pork. I don't smoke cigarettes. You know, I try to exercise when I can. I do smoke weed though, but you know, I don't know if y'all got it out here, Atlanta. Before I go, if y'all want to go meet me at the. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I ain't going. All right, that's too much.
It is crazy that I understand that my daughter from my previous relationship, her grandfather is Islamic, so her mother is like that. So that same thing. So I understand like the diet, what have you. Like they don't really like Islamic, but they follow the diet and
Right.
certain things that I'm not going to do this and I don't eat pork and so and so.
Right.
Which is good for me because now I can leave my bacon in the refrigerator. Nobody gonna touch it, right? So yeah, that's the plus and what have you. I said New York, homie. We're part of New York.
I'm originally, I was born in the Bronx, raised in Harlem, but now I am currently living in Brooklyn with my beautiful wife and an extra roommate, my father-in-law. So this was. You ever have your wife convince you of something?
Wow.
You ever have your wife convince you of something? You be like, babe, it's gonna be great, and you like, all right, and it's. I'm going through it.
Man, listen, man, my mother-in-law, man, God rest her soul, that she said she came, because usually a lot of times it's the mother-in-law that stays over.
Yes.
Right? And she stayed entirely too long, right? And then she said, I know. She said, it's like that old saying, it's like company could be like fish. After 3 days, it starts stinking. So, with your comedy, like,
Yes.
what's your inspiration? Like,
my inspiration is home. You know, New York is my home. There's so much there. It's always a lot happening. So I draw from.
But what I mean as far as inspired, like, what got you? What drawing you? What keeps you in stand-up comedy? This journey.
What keeps me in stand-up is, you know, the people. The need for them to want to laugh and be somewhere and, you know, just enjoy themselves without any restriction. You know, laughter is freedom. When you're laughing, you feel free. You're free of pain. You're free of trauma. So it's that freedom in me. I came up as an actor.
Okay.
And I was like you. I was an actor. I was on stage plays and stuff, and I always liked the comedy roles.
Yeah.
I liked the comedic roles. So anytime there was like a funny part in any of the plays, I was like, I want to audition for that. I want to audition, but it never occurred to me to do stand up because I didn't know how to start. I didn't know what to do. So this is what I was doing, right? My first set I ever did, I was 15 years old. It was 2004. It was in February. It was my high school talent show. It was the Valentine's Day high school talent show, and I got up there because I was like, I'm funny dude at school. And then they called my name. I'm in the auditorium. I'm ducking like this when they called my name. And it was just something in me that said, get rid of that fear, get up there, just have fun. So I got up there. I did like 17 minutes.
At 15?
At 15. I did 17 minutes. And I was just going off of like, talking about the students. I used to do impressions of all the teachers in the school. Them impressions, man. Those impressions, they take you a long way. You know how bad that is? You taking a test and they pull you out of the classroom because you think you in trouble. They was like, Rashad, impersonate the janitor. See, he good. I told you he gonna be something. I failed so many tests. They was like, he didn't even get through paragraph 2. Nah, he was impersonating the principal. It was, oh man. Do you remember a guy named Maxie Jones?
Maxie Jones.
Maxie Jones. So this guy, he was the dean at my school. He was the dean at my high school. This was like 2002, 2003. He was the dean at the school. He was a stand-up comedian. He was doing it a long time. His name is Maxie Jones. He was my first teacher in structuring material.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he took he did it I think it was every Tuesday after school, and it was me and 5 or 6 other students, and he was giving us like jewels, and we just writing this down. And I remember I had that paper. It was on a yellow piece of paper. I had that paper so long that I had that paper for like 9-10 years, and I lost it. And from that point, it was just what I wrote down on that paper, I was just I need to do this someday. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I need to do this someday, somehow, somewhere. And I got my opportunity, 2004, 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of folks, because, I teach it, coach it, mentor comedians. And I remember this guy just recently, I remember, because he said, Ken, man, you ever thought about teaching? I got kids. And I say, and it's so funny, I go, man, kids, 15. But then if you really look at the famous comedians now, like Dave Chappelle, Ari Spears, Kool Bubba Ice, they were teenagers.
Really?
The story with Dave Chappelle, he was 15, 16 around that time, and his connection to Tony Woods would, the mother asked Tony Woods, if I'm correct, and chaperone. He would go, because he couldn't go, these comedy clubs are in bars. I interviewed Ari Spears on a podcast, and he was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And he got on, I think, Def Comedy Jam or...
I remember that because he did the Michael Jackson impersonation. He had the black shirt, the blue jeans, and he had the glove.
Yeah. And
I was like, wow.
Yeah. They were teenagers. And I guess for me, teaching, you going this is an adult thing. But but also it's even at that age, you have something like comedy. Yeah. You have something to talk about and structure, because I guess I look at it because this is you see adults right. Comedy is I got cancer, so let me tell you what happened when I got, you go, it's comedy is some real deep.
Yes.
And so you didn't really see it at as teenagers and stuff like that.
Right, because you got to look at comedy as, who is your demographic?
Yeah.
What is your demographic? You know, if you're 15, you got your demographic
That's the other thing. Yeah.
is like 12 to 17, 12 to 18. So y'all there. When you're 21, you could go from like 18, 16 up until about 26, 27. But once you hit 30, you got your demographic is like the youngest is maybe 23, 24, all the way up to about 60. 60, 70. And so, I look at it like that, and, I'm glad that I was able to stop. The first time my first show, I kid you not, my first show, I was 20. I was supposed to go up, but I didn't. This is when this room called Suite 308 was in Harlem. It was right next to Red Rooster, little spot. You go upstairs, right? So Suite 308 was there. My boy Chris at the time, he had took me there. He's like, yo, Rashad, I'm gonna get you on stage. So I go there. I'm 20 years old. I'm funny around them, but this is the time you could put the new acts up to like kind of open up and everything. So we still do that. So that was his idea. So he went up there. Capone was there, and Barbara
Carlisle.
Yes, Barbara Carlisle was there. So it was Barbara Carlisle and Capone closed out. So I go there and I'm watching them rip. Instant fear came over my face. I was like, I'm not going to do this. The best thing I could do is dance. Like, the old women like, ooh, look at him. He's so limber. And I was like, that's all I got. That's it. But watching Capone and Barbara on that stage, in that room like that, it really put into my head, this ain't just something you get up and do. You have to know what you're doing. You have to practice. And so my official start was August 29th, Michael Jackson's birthday, at Eastville Comedy Club, the old Eastville. Went to my first open mic there. And, in my head, like every young comic, I'm the funniest. Ain't nobody funnier than me. And then I walk in and it's, all these, these white guys that's there. And, I'm new. And I go up there, do my set, and they're not laughing. So I think I'm doing bad. And so I had to say to myself, oh, this is going to be a lot harder. But I want to do it. I want to do this. I want this to get me out of my neighborhood. I want this to take me places. And, now that now looking at my journey, I'm glad I went through all of those trials, all of those failures, because failure is the blueprint of success.
If you learn from it.
Yes.
That's you, because like they say, if you keep on doing something the same way and looking for a different result, that's insanity.
It's insanity, yes.
So it's like learning from the failure of it. You know what I mean? It's so many different things. But this is the question.
Yes.
As you talked about this earlier, and I think it's key, your circle.
Yes.
If you want to see something about someone, look at their friends, look at their surrounding, their circle. So you just got married.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So we went from 15-year-old to here you are on some grown man thing, what have it. And thank you for you just coming off the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Like, this is like fresh, what have you.
We're doing like married people stuff. The other day we was on the honeymoon. She said, babe, let's go for a walk. I'm like, bitch, you trying to kill me? Like, you trying to end it now? But then we got back. This is how I know we was married. She's like, babe, let's get a new mattress. Like, she wanted, like, she said, let's get a new mattress.
You wanted, like, the things you talk about, a mattress.
Tempur-Pedic.
The things that could make a married woman happy like this. I don't want no diamond ring. I want a mattress for my back. So what, like, in this comedy journey, that's the least thing, because of all this thing around entertainment, is to what made you go, okay, you know what? I want to get married.
So at the time, she and I, we were together already like 8-9 years.
Okay.
and both of us, we were living with our parents. And I was like, I'm not going to marry you and we both live with our folks. I was like, that's not, like, you know, we'll be out, we a couple, but, you know, we go out, we go back to my house, and she was like, yeah, you going to get it. And I'm like, yeah, you too. And my mom wake up like, yeah, take them bottles out first. Like, I gotta do chores before I get some ass. Like, I didn't, I was like, I'm not doing that. So there was a time where between like 2016, 2018, I was very low on funds. I was moving from job to job. I didn't have a lot of money, but, you know, I'm still at my parents' house, and they was like, you know, my dad, he took it real easy on me. He's like, look, you can either pay rent or you can pay the cable. I was like, we ain't gonna have HBO for a while. So I love my dad for that, because he, you know, he was teaching me a lesson and he was preparing me. And I took those lessons, you know, straight to heart. Even though he feels like I wasn't paying attention and listening to him, I'm like, Dad, I was listening. So 2018 happened. I get a job offer from a retail store I used to work at before they closed down. I used to work at Toys R Us. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I work at a place called FAO Schwartz. That's the toy store, right? So it's a cool job for like entertainers, actors, any artists. So I had the store closed down, moved from job to job. 2018, they opened back up, and they called me in for an interview. They showed me what they were going to be paying me. I made 5 goals. I said, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to raise my credit. I'm going to get rid of my tax debt, get an apartment, and marry my girlfriend.
Okay.
And I did all 5 of those.
Wow. God bless, brother.
Thank you.
Blessings, man.
And yeah, and it was the first time in my life I had goals that I set out and that I put into the universe, and I executed all of them.
It is so funny because I've been knowing you for a while,
Yeah.
and I feel like this uncle. You go, man, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And I thank you, man, for stopping in and doing Jokerz Wild comedy series, man. We're in for a treat.
Thank you. First of all, my wife don't trust you. She was like, why isn't he giving you any information? Where's your hotel? What's going on? Are they going to kidnap you? And she's like, I want to speak to Kenny. I was like, So I gave her all the flight information. I gave her the hotel information. She got me tracked by drone right now.
Yes.
Kenny, duck, because that bird, that is a missile. That is not a sparrow. Okay.
Oh man, that's I've been on this phone all day like this, Ken, and this is the difference. And I could say producing a show opposed to promoting a show.
Yes.
You know, you could just call the promoter and go, yo, man, the guy needs his money, his hotel, right?
Right.
There's so many moving parts when you're producing a comedy special. You know
Right.
what I mean? You got this person, they got to cross the T and cross the I's and send them the contract or so on and so forth. So that's what happens in the process. And I'm glad. And it's so funny when I get all these calls, I'm like, they really haven't, like, I've been doing this 30 years. Like, I've done countless, like, television. So I know, like, the independence, and from this level to this level, and it's not, I hate to say levels, like, it's just different situations, and you adjust.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just got to focus on the opportunity.
Yes.
A lot of people, wait, where's my, calm down. We're going to make this happen, and then you have to just give your word, and my word has always been good.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, I got a wife too, so that same thing. You hear all this, and then, but you sit there. But no, I do this. I've been married long enough where I just see her mouth moving. Right?
Why you not listening?
I learned to read lips. Hey, brother, man. Thank you for showing up,
Eddie,
man.
Thank you, man.
Hey, we're going to have fun, man. We're going to have fun. Thank you for showing up, brother.
Thank you,
Hey,
thank
man,
you.
I give you Rashad Bashir.
Yeah, Mr. Deep Voice, skinny body.
And this has been Jokerz Wild Comedy Series.